Whisper newspaper channel, the Ukrainian counteroffensive began to incur enormous costs to the Russians. While the Russian military equipment is destroyed one after another, the operations continue without slowing down. Ukrainian special forces continue their efforts to destroy Russian military equipment and troop positions in Ukraine, according to a recent report by the Ukrainian Security Service press office. The security service announced the destruction of 2 tanks, 2 Akatsiya self-propelled howitzers, 3 towed 152mm Hyacinth B field guns, 2 armored vehicles and 25 trucks. In addition, the report states that they destroyed the Pol-21 radio-electronic warfare station and an enemy video surveillance camera. The security service also claims to have destroyed 3 enemy firing positions, 13 fortifications and an ammunition depot. It was also reported that a total of 72 Russian soldiers were killed in the operations. Working with artillery units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the security service shot down 2 BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launch units, 6 warehouses and 55 more Russian soldiers. The report highlights the critical role of Ukrainian drones in the conflict and points to several successful attacks using such technology. Ukraine has been grappling with security issues since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, sparking a separatist conflict in the east of the country. Despite the ongoing ceasefire, clashes between Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatists have continued sporadically in recent years, with both sides accusing each other of violating the agreements. The report by the security service highlights Ukraine's commitment to protect its territorial integrity and sovereignty. It also demonstrates the potential of modern warfare technology to influence the outcome of conflicts. In general, the recent success of the security service of Ukraine in destroying Russian military equipment, troop positions and personnel highlights the importance of the ongoing conflict in the region. It also highlights the continuing importance of effective military tactics and the use of advanced technologies in today's modern warfare. In the process, the Ukrainian Land Forces commander says his troops effectively destroyed Russian forces near Bakhmut. According to the statement made by the commander of the Land Forces of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Colonel General Oleksandr Syrsky, the Ukrainian troops achieved significant successes against the Russian forces in the direction of Bakhmut. Syrsky made this announcement on his official Telegram account, emphasizing the effective destruction of Russian troops and the successful advance of Ukrainian forces on the flanks. The commander supported his statement with videos showcasing the capabilities of the Ukrainian forces. A video showed the use of the M109 self-propelled howitzer from the 17th Separate Tank Brigade to target and destroy an enemy tank. Another video showed the effective attack of fighters from the brigade on a Russian airborne. Colonel General Syrsky concluded his statement by expressing his pride in the continued destruction of Russian forces and reaffirming his determination to continue these efforts. Colonel General Oleksandr Syrsky has an impressive military background, having previously commanded the defense of Kiev and the Kiev region and led the successful Kharkiv counter-offensive. He is currently the commander of the Khortytsi Operational Strategic Group in eastern Ukraine and oversees the Bakhmut direction. This report highlights the intense military operations in the Bakhmut region and highlights the ability of Ukrainian forces to engage and destroy Russian troops effectively. The advances of the Ukrainian army on the flanks demonstrate strategic planning and execution, which indicates a well-coordinated operation. It is worth noting that Defense Express previously reported that the Ukrainian defense forces were advancing in the direction of Bakhmut. This indicates that Colonel General Syrsky's latest statement is a continuation of the ongoing military action in the region. The report also highlights a significant concentration of Russian forces near Bakhmut, including more than 50,000 personnel and more than 300 tanks. This information provides a contextual understanding of the magnitude of conflict in the region. The report also highlights the importance of capturing key villages such as Klishchivka and Berkivka. Ukrainian military sources point to the strategic importance of these advances, stating that the ultimate goal is to besiege the city of Bakhmut. In general, the description of Colonel General Oleksandr Syrsky and the accompanying videos show that the Ukrainian forces successfully destroyed the Russian troops in the direction of Bakhmut. This news points out that a very important military operation is continuing to ensure the security of the region and to consolidate the control of Ukraine. On the other hand, tanks and heavily armored vehicles sent to the Ukrainian army made a clear difference at the front. We can observe this situation very clearly with the operations launched. Tanks sent by Western countries were added directly to Kiev's military inventory. Now the number of tanks between Russia and Ukraine is almost equalized. According to a report by open data analyst Oryx, after 16 months of full-scale conflict, Ukraine has surpassed Russia in the number of battle tanks. Despite the ongoing conflicts, the Ukrainian armed forces not only maintained but increased its tank fleet. In contrast, Russia's stocks were cut by half. According to the report, as of February 24, 2022, Russia had 3,400 tanks, but now this number has dropped to 1,400. By the way, the tank fleet of Ukraine, which had 987 tanks before the conflict, now reaches 1,500. Ukraine achieved parity with Russia by capturing enemy tanks and effectively destroying them on the battlefield. During the conflict, 2,082 Russian tanks were destroyed, damaged or captured. The report also shows that the gap between other types of weapons, such as heavy artillery and multiple-fire rocket systems, has narrowed significantly. In 2023, Russia had 1,900 heavy artillery units, while Ukraine had 427 out of 354 before the conflict. The number of tanks is very important for both sides in the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine. The data match the parliamentary statement by British Chief of Staff Tony Radakin that the Russian army has lost almost half of its combat capability. It fired 10 million rounds last year, but at best it can do it. The Russian army has lost 2,500 tanks and can produce up to 200 tanks per year. These data highlight the impact of the ongoing conflict on Russia's military capabilities. It should be noted that the figures are based on open-source intelligence and cannot be considered final, as accurate information on losses of military equipment during the war is often classified and officially denied by the warring parties. That's why analysts rely on data from open sources that might contain inaccuracies or not reflect the full picture. In addition, the German Institute of World Economy recently updated the Ukraine hotline, revealing that Ukraine's partners have supplied 471 tanks to Kiev, with 286 more tanks expected to arrive in the future. In conclusion, Oryx's report highlights Ukraine's successful effort to maintain and increase its tank fleet despite the ongoing conflict, and points to a decline in Russia's military capability. While the data is based on open-source intelligence, it provides valuable information on the progress of the Ukrainian armed forces and the effectiveness of its military operations. We will continue to report the events in the coming hours to you quickly and accurately. We continue to inform you objectively about the events. You can like the videos to support us. You can also subscribe to the channel to make it easier to follow new videos. I wish you all happy days. See you later.